everybody.
This is Jenna.
And I'm Noelle.
And you're listening to More Than Murder, where we delve into everything eerie with a side of true crime.
More Than Murder is not your typical true crime podcast. Join us on a weekly tour through the haunted, the bloody, the creepy, and the nutty on our Freaky Fridays.
Happy Friday, listeners.
Yes, Friday. Welcome
Best day
back.
of the week.
Yes,
You know
ma'am.
it. How are you on this beautiful day, Noelle?
I am good, except it's beautiful today, but I think on Friday it's actually, which is when this is coming out, it's supposed to be gross. So if you're listening and you hear that it's a beautiful day, this is Thursday that we recorded, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still hasn't gotten 100% as warm as I want it to get today.
No.
That breeze is kind of...
It's ruining everything.
Yesterday was
It's really
freezing.
windy. I know.
Freezing. It's
I know.
Like,
it got a little bit warmer later in the day for something, like
Uh-huh.
later at night, and then, yeah, it was so cold. I was in, like, pants, like my yoga pants.
Yeah, all day. I was
Yeah.
shivering. I was like, okay, I shouldn't turn the heat on. Anything like that. And I didn't. I promise you I didn't. But it ran through my head.
May or may not have used the electric heater in the bathroom when I was using the bathroom. Maybe.
I mean, I took a bath.
But...
Because I was cold and I was like, ooh, a hot bath. That sounds great right now.
Oh, gosh.
Hashtag
Hashtag always cold.
always freaking cold.
We are
man.
lizards that need the sun, and it takes us 4 hours to warm up before we start moving, just like at the Galapagos with the bearded dragons and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, my skin gets so dry in the wintertime because I take a daily bath. Daily. I almost call it a tubby because that's what I call it because I'm a child.
That's why I want a hot
time.
tub so bad. I don't even have to run a bath. It's just sitting there bubbling for me. Just
See, that
lift
would
back
be
the lid, get in.
Amazing.
It would be amazing for my endo. Oh, my bad endo
Baths
days.
are amazing for anything. You feel sad? Take a motherfucking bath.
Hell yeah.
Feeling a little bit of cramps? Take a
bath.
motherfucking bath. Got a headache? Take a bath.
Want to get away from your kid or your husband? Take a bath.
Just take a bath. Watching a show and you're just like, I could be more cozy? Go watch a show
I
in the bath.
can't. I don't have anywhere to like put my phone, and I'm terrified of it falling down.
Because I have my pop socket, so
Yeah.
I literally just hold it. But I've been asking for like consecutive Christmases now.
One of those lap
A
things.
tray.
I want
a
one so
fucking
bad.
tub tray.
So do I.
So bad.
Get a stand, just put the tablet there and watch the show.
Exactly. You can have a drink
Yep.
of some sort. I get very hot, so I like to have my water.
Yeah, me
so
too.
I can like rehydrate.
sweat. Dude, I make my bath water so hot
So
I
hot.
sweat.
Yes, and I continually run that shit, so
I know.
it's just a constant.
Oh,
I'm
it's getting a little cold. Let me make it warm again.
Sorry for the water bill.
Overheat my goddamn body.
To my parents when I was a child, to my dad when I lived with him after high school, to my husband. I'm sorry, I use a lot of hot water.
And I'm sorry, listeners, that we just went on that tirade for about 3 minutes.
We always do it. Little disclaimer,
Ooh.
not like a disclaimer,
I was
but
gonna
I'm
say.
scratchy today and I'm drinking some hot tea. So if you hear a little sip and a gulp,
She's not spilling the tea, she's sipping it.
I'm sipping the tea today. Now, maybe I will spill a little tea on this place.
Ooh,
Who
yeah,
knows?
spill the tea. Where are we going?
So today we have another psychiatric facility.
Ooh, we love those.
I mean, that's just me.
It's just a
you
niche
know?
thing, yeah.
I'm fascinated.
Mhm.
I've covered like 4 or 5 of them already on the podcast. So you should know a lot about asylums, especially in this country.
Yes.
Maybe I'll go across the pond for another one. I'll do like
see
Bedlam or
where-
something.
See what theirs are all like.
And that history would go back.
Oh, God.
Back real
Some
far.
haunted shit.
Oh,
That'd be a
I'm gonna
haunted
do
and
it.
the nutty.
I'm going to do it. I'll put it on the list for next year. Well, not next year, but next season of year 2 of the podcast when we have
So,
that.
I just want to add in really quick. I know that we do call some of our asylum episodes the nutty. I want to say that it's not because of the patients. I am not doing that because of patients. I want to say it's because the treatment at the facilities is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Like, the things that they... So that's why it's nutty to me, because, like, fucking lobotomies in general, it's crazy. So it's not the patients, it's the people doing the things to the patients.
And with the place we're going today, there isn't a ton about that.
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
read
good.
about lobotomies. I didn't really find... It was probably going on. So
Yeah,
they
just
probably
less so where it wasn't as reported. So that's kind of nice.
did happen. More of it is about the treatment.
Okay.
And how awful it gets. So we're going to jump in. I'm not going so deep into the backstory like I did for like Trans-Allegheny and Thomas Kirkbride and all this stuff.
And those were big ones.
And it's funny because there is like a Kirkbride Hall here,
Cool.
a building, but it's not that Kirkbride. It's a totally different person.
What are their chances?
What are the odds in that?
Yeah.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah. So we're going to jump right in. Today we are staying in New York.
Okay.
We are traveling to Rockland County to Letchworth-Village.
Now, I'm going to be honest. When you first told me that you were doing this place, I literally pictured a village in Letchworth.
Yes, so did I. So did I.
I'm like, there's this village in Letchworth?
Yeah.
And it's not even a goddamn village. It's literally an asylum.
Yeah.
Very misleading.
And yes, if you are a local listener, Letchworth is going to sound awfully familiar. If you are someone from out of state or out of country, we see you guys.
Because we have y'all.
There is a state park near us. I mean, very, very, very close, called Letchworth State Park.
It's actually very well known. It could be well known more. I think people
it's
worldwide
top
know
in our
of
state.
it.
Wasn't it voted top state park in New York State? I think
it's one of the
last year?
wonders that they say you should go and see. I'm pretty sure.
Gorgeous. You can go on like hot air balloon rides over the gorge. You can just take.
You could go on the whitewater rafting through the gorge.
I had a boyfriend who lived in Cast Isle.
Yeah.
So that's literally when he would take me home. We would go through Letchworth State Park. It was always just a pretty drive. You take it when you just you just want to take a drive.
Yeah, but the only thing that stinks is like you might not want to do it just when you take a drive because they will charge you to enter the park during certain times. So
Luckily,
if you just want to take a drive, you're gonna pay like $10 to take a drive.
Early April, May.
Yeah, before it before Memorial Day.
Before pay has
or
to
you could do it after 6 p.m.
Yep.
And so
because it's. Back then, it wasn't too bad, I don't think. It was a bit cheaper. It's still only
like $7 or $8. I mean, 8 or 9.
It might have gone up.
Yeah.
I think Stony Brook went up too, but okay. All right.
Anyways.
Yeah, so this will be a long episode. Even though I was going to say this is a short one, guys. This isn't very deep.
It's okay. We'll get into it.
Now, there is a slight connection between the two places, Letchworth Village and Letchworth State Park.
Interesting.
Which we will get into that later, but Letchworth Village is hours away. It's more towards New York City.
Okay.
Which, I was like, when I first heard about this place, I was like, where is this? Letchworth, it's got to be close. And then I was bummed, and I was like, oh.
And yes, you heard correctly. New York State is not just New York City.
No.
We live hours away from New York City.
I'm closer to Pennsylvania than I am to fucking New York City. You joking me? I could be a Pennsylvanian.
Yeah, I'd rather be a New Yorker.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'm so damn close. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm in Pennsylvania. So, there you go. The facility was built in 1911, and it was built to house the mentally and physically disabled, ranging from babies to the elderly.
Babies? Oh my.
Yeah. The buildings were built of stone and had gorgeous pillars. It's said that it was modeled after Monticello, which was Thomas Jefferson's Virginia plantation.
That's on my bucket list only because his home still features all of his crazy inventions and things like that inside.
You gotta watch Hamilton, man. Because they talk about Monticello. He goes, why you busy getting high in Monticello?
I was about to watch it the other day, but then I also remember that musical is only on HBO for the next
watch
week.
That first.
I need to watch that. I gotta watch that first.
Yes.
So.
And I mean, Hamilton will be on Disney Plus. And I have to be there when you watch Hamilton.
Well, the musical's fine for me to watch when Finn's awake, right?
I mean, there's a couple swear words, but it's just
nothing he hasn't heard.
They even they can't say the F-bomb or anything.
Yeah.
There's a part where there's this song that says "Say no to this," and it's really hot, and he's cheating on his wife, and she sits on him, and he just kind of rubs up and down her, but she's fully clothed. She's not naked or anything.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
But to get on Disney Plus, they had to take out F-bombs.
Yeah,
because it is a family thing, which Southern motherfucking Democratic Republicans is my favorite line. And you don't get it as full on Disney Plus because it's Southern Democratic Republicans, and it's
Disney just dropped the ball, and they could have just made it only for adult profiles. They could put birth dates in there.
But kids do like it. I mean, my friend's son went nuts over Hamilton.
Well, sure, have the regular version on the kids' profile.
Yeah, but give me that F-bomb.
And have the adult version on yeah. Anyways, we need to continue this.
Oh my god, okay, yes. So there are 130 buildings, over 2,000 acres of land.
Wow, that's why it is the village.
Yes. That's how a lot of those places were.
Yep.
I don't even remember.
Own farms.
Yes. I can't even get them straight right now.
Farm to table.
But yeah, they had everything they needed right on that land.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
I know. So, Letchworth Village was named for William Pryor Letchworth. He spoke out on reform for care of poor children and the mentally disabled. So, they felt this place was thought to be for reform at the time. So, they were like, we need someone notable in that area. So that's where he comes in. And this is the Letchworth connection. William Pryor Letchworth had built his estate called Glen Iris, which sits inside Letchworth State Park.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, it is now called the Glen Iris Inn, and it's like an inn and a restaurant. And it's it's such a pretty building.
I know.
We can probably put that in the blog. I was going to put it in your thing, but I forgot.
Yeah,
it's really pretty, and I've never eaten there or anything, but I've gone by it.
I haven't either.
Well, we'll have to go sometime.
We should.
So, yeah.
It's probably haunted.
Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm pretty much everywhere is. We just don't know it, so.
Exactly. Like many other similar facilities of the time, Letchworth Village was built in with reform in mind, of course. They wanted to move people from the crowded high-rise institutions from the cities into serene countryside.
Oh, okay.
Give them a more room, stimulate their minds, rehabilitation.
Which is how it should be.
But it doesn't go then.
No, of course not. It always starts with this grand idea, and it just goes to shit.
Goes to shit.
Goes right to shit.
Yeah, so we know from these stories that I've covered every time, it goes to shit. It gets worse. It gets a lot worse. The village itself had some separation, so it had different areas for the children. And a lot of places weren't like that either. It was just kind of group everybody where they could be. So this was kind of segregating, separating. I don't love the word segregating.
Yeah.
Separating and just making sure that, children were not with, who knows, the criminally insane. Yeah. We don't want that. And I do want to stress this, as I read it in every source, there were a lot of children at Letchworth Village. A lot of children. Yeah, I don't know if it was more than the adult patients, if they evened out, but I know that there was a big population of children.
Nice. Okay.
Like we said earlier, the land was self-sufficient. There were farms, a bakery, and even places for worship. Of course, all able-bodied patients were to work the land. This provided all the food to feed the entire population.
I like the idea of having them work the land. I mean, that's therapeutic, honestly.
It's therapeutic. Gardening and it's stuff. Stimulating. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what gets lost. There's no stimulation. There's no talking. There's nothing.
Especially with overcrowding.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that right now.
Of course.
So the facility was said to have
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
I even muted mine. I was like, oh yeah, remind her. And then I didn't remember.
Now it is.
Okay. So the facility had 3,000 patient limit.
Ooh, okay.
And they met this in 1935.
And when was it built?
1911.
Okay. So it took quite a while to get there.
As the times went on, mental illness was different, and it ebbed and it flowed, and it, different things were categorized. So it always been evolving and changing, and there's more things that we learn every single day.
Yeah.
The brain is a weird thing. By the 1940s, the population was still growing and well above intended capacity.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. They also did some experimenting. Apparently in the 1950s, they were using the children to test the brand new polio vaccine.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, using the children to test it. That's fantastic.
Well, Wikipedia stated the first vaccine test was successful and had 0 side effects. So they administered 19 more after that, and they rolled out the polio vaccine that's still used today.
Wow.
Yeah, had no real issues that I found.
Thank God for those children.
Thank God. Yeah, and thank God it wasn't, awful for them.
Yeah.
Maybe they lied. Who knows? Maybe the documents that went out were everything's perfect. But they didn't, take 18 billion boys and shoot them all with the shot and be like, okay. They tried it on the one. They watched him, monitored him. When they saw nothing, that's when they did it to 19 more. So, yes, this place was very into the vaccine trials of the day.
Okay.
Also, according to an article on abandonnyc.com, they harvested brains from the deceased.
Okay.
Stored them in formaldehyde and placed them on shelves.
To study or just to look at?
To display, probably to study, but
I just don't see I don't understand. If it's not for study, then
it seems psychological. Imagine being a patient and you like go in to see your therapist for that week and they got brains behind them. You're like,
yeah, like,
where'd this come from? How'd they do that? I'm sure rumors probably went around of like the scary stories of like, oh, your brain's gonna get taken.
Which I wouldn't love that. Like, I'm an oddities person, so I understand maybe wanting something like that. But the whole process is just
of harvesting the patients.
Yeah,
you could do something that's more humane. Like, I plan. Sorry if this is weird, guys. I am donating my body to science.
I know.
I'm gonna be put on a body farm.
Yeah.
So, if it's a donated specimen like that, and they had an issue of some sort that they could study in that hospital,
yeah,
that is one thing.
Yeah, I understand studying, like taking it out to study or whatever, but just to like put it on a jar and keep it on your shelf.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it was used. I'm hoping that it was used for some sort of study.
Insert the GIF of that little girl on the bus or whatever, and she's looking around like,
what the fuck? The fuck?
Yeah, don't like that.
I don't know. Yeah, they just pickled them and displayed them.
Yeah, that's what it is, pretty much.
Sorry,
pickled
guys.
brains, and people actually eat animal pickled brains, so
they do.
Enjoy your pickled brains.
A lot of people eat a lot of weird things.
Maybe you're eating pickled people brains.
Watch Good Mythical Morning.
Pickled people brains. I like that.
The purple person people eater.
The purple pickled people brain eater.
Jesus fuck.
Nope,
okay.
Struggled on that one. Let's move on.
Anyway, so by the 1960s, the population swelled to 5,000.
Oh my god, that's 2,000
more than intended.
Outrageous.
Whoa, my screen went really big, guys.
Oh.
That was so strange.
That's good for people who can't see like us.
No, it was way too big. It was like, wah. So beds started popping up in day rooms and hallways. They couldn't keep control, and the patients were overrun.
Mm-hmm.
Patients, of course, were malnourished, kept in unsanitary conditions, and many were sick due to the conditions. Diseases that were running rampant. They're covered in their own feces.
This is disgusting.
They're naked. We're going to get into it. It gets really bad, guys. It gets really bad.
Poor people.
Of course, the staff was overwhelmed and outnumbered. And this is pretty much hidden from the public. I mean, they put on a facade when they had to.
Uh-huh.
If something was scheduled, like, oh, the governor's coming, kids would have clothing. They would be organized. They would try to work everything out so that it looked top-notch.
Yeah,
of course. But that's until the 1970s. So I am well aware of this because I've been very fascinated by mental institutions. And there is a documentary by Geraldo Rivera called Willowbrook, The Last Great Disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
And this brought the world inside of these facilities. They were able to see the abhorrent treatment, the children just naked, not being taken care of, staff overrun, dark rooms. They didn't have any stimulation. It's awful.
Driving people more insane.
Yeah, yeah. And this does mention LetchworthVillage. They visit and have a short spurt at the village, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I did find it on YouTube.
Okay, I was going to say, I need to watch those.
I don't know if it's the full. I don't know if it's the full. I can't know that. But I found a clip that talks about Letchworth Village. It is cut off at the end. And then I found, like, the big one. I did not watch the whole thing. It's very, very hard to watch.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll put that on the blog if you guys want to look it up. But yes, it's on your document, and you can look at that. It's awful.
What's on my document?
The YouTube
okay.
videos right up there. So, yes.
I gotcha.
Obviously, this shows that staff was low. Sometimes there would be 4 to 5 staff members caring for over 100 children.
Oh my god.
Completely overrun. And these
That's
children
messed up.
and other patients, like I said, are unattended, naked, sitting in their own filth.
Oh.
Just
It's awful.
awful. It's
what
just
hell?
awful.
Just call somewhere and send people elsewhere. Like, don't take any more patients in. It's not that hard.
I don't get it because I feel like there are more at this time.
Oh yeah.
They're everywhere.
It's the 70s, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. I don't. There's a part in the documentary, and that will be sourced, of course, where there's a whole ward for children that's just not being used. And the attendant says, we don't have the manpower. We'd need 38 people to have this open. So instead of using that and spreading these children out,
giving people jobs also.
They're just all kept in these caged, they're cribs, but they're like metal cribs. Yeah. So they just look barbaric and they're just laying there. And you can tell there's no mind stimulation. They're fighting over the nurse's attention so they can get that stimulation. There's fights breaking out. It's
disgusting.
It's awful. The children, of course, didn't have any schooling or, as they called it, training. So usually they would, they would kind of help them to use utensils and do things that are everyday habits. Mm-hmm. But they couldn't do that. So they're feeding the patients. They're not taking time to do it thoroughly. They're just kind of shoveling food. It's really bad. So, yeah, like I said, the sources will be linked, and it's very hard to watch, so beware. 20-ish years later in 1996, so 20-ish years later, Letchworth Village finally closed its doors.
Wow.
Who knows how that last 20 years went? Hopefully after Geraldo Rivera's, docu and things changed, but I don't think they did. And if it did, there was a lot of red tape, and that's why it took forever. It's bullshit. So, yeah. I'm not sure why it took so goddamn long, but the 90s is when they started to do the state-funded, smaller capacity homes that offered more one-on-one time for patients. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to say those are better. My sister works in a state home. They go on outings and they have a special connection. My dad loved his residents so much. He worked with older patients and, they died. He was just torn apart inside. So it's about also good people. So don't work in positions like that if you're not a good person.
That's what I was going to say. It
Be
doesn't
a caregiver
matter.
at heart.
It doesn't matter what the entire facility is like. If somebody is going to be a jerk and treat people... I mean, if you're just going to treat people awfully, then that's... Yeah. Which, it's like the tried and true story. It's almost like every principal, it seems... Not every, sorry, to the principals out there. Many principals, hate kids. They're mean principals, and
it's like why
are you working with students then? Why didn't you go work an office job or something?
If you don't like kids,
don't work with them. If you don't
like people, don't work around people.
The elderly or the mentally disabled, don't work with them. Don't abuse them. No. And the fact of people. They steal from these folks in these homes, and it's just disgusting.
Oh, the things you hear about, retirement homes and old elderly facilities, it's awful.
I mean, even old women, they literally get raped.
I know. That's what I was dancing around.
It's disgusting.
It's awful. It's they're going for their last piece of life. Yeah. Just let them fucking live it out fine. Mm-hmm. Don't be a shit person.
I think we've said that a lot during this podcast.
100%, especially in these motherfucking episodes.
I know.
It's just so difficult, man. It's so hard. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a little break from the asylums, I hope.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I hope. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so that is the history. I didn't get too deep, just a brief little...
Yeah, that's enough.
Swipe over. Let's get into the haunted business of the episode.
We got some haunted.
Yeah, we do. Okay. The entire village has an air of creepiness.
Love it. Gotta go.
The buildings are weather worn and windows are broken.
I see that.
Ivy has taken over, growing up the walls.
Love ivy.
It's really pretty in the fall. So,
I'm sure it is.
Oh my God, I need to go. Inside the buildings, there is peeling paint and graffiti, of course. I mean, why not? Mm-hmm. Old beds and patient files strewn about could almost make you think the facility never closed down.
Patient files? That is awesome.
Apparently.
I literally sit in there and read these files.
Well, we'll get into it.
Can you go in?
We'll get into it.
God damn it!
So, urban explorers who have been granted access.
Urban explorers.
You see it everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
That's what they're called. They're urban explorers.
Okay.
They claim lots of spooky vibes and downright scary occurrences.
Can we claim ourselves as
Motherfucker!
The stupid document keeps moving.
It keeps going big and small.
Why?
It's because I'm using the touch screen.
I was gonna say, are you using 2 fingers?
No, I have one finger.
Weird.
It's my thumb, but it's just being weird. So I guess I don't have my mouse today, and I'm all perfluxed or perplummoxed or whatever the fuck.
You could use mine if you want.
It's okay. It's all right. So anyway.
Sorry. Can we claim ourselves as urban explorers?
Yeah.
And go in?
Well, we'll get into this.
Okay.
We will get into all of it.
Paranormal urban explorer.
Urban explorer is basically just someone who goes and just explores cool old places and urban
legend
places.
areas.
Yeah.
Loves it.
So we're basically urban explorers. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Anyway, so since there was a large population of children who lived within the facility, nowadays it's quite common to hear the giggling of little voices. Yes, which some could say, oh, that's demonic, but I'd like to think it's the children.
Yeah, no, I
like to think it's the children. Visitors also spoke of hearing a loud scraping sound.
Ew.
Like a desk being dragged on the floor. You know that sound, yeah. Yeah, and quite honestly, if a spirit is strong enough to move a desk, holy crap, I'm out of that place, man. If a desk is...
I'm not out of there. I'm recording that shit. Camera, motherfucker. Oh my god.
We'll see if I face my fears. I've had a lot of moments where my fight or flight is like, wait, what do I do now?
After I get it on camera and it stops moving, we can get the fuck out.
All right, deal. Deal!
At least we'll have one great piece of evidence.
We'd go back in.
the
I would just
daytime.
have to like calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did I just see?
Not go in the same area. Hope it's not following us around, but who knows, you know.
Probably came right to the door.
We gotta go investigate again somewhere. I'm itching.
We'll get into that too. So
Itchy.
there are also numerous reports of screaming coming from different areas.
Oh, I hate that. I hate
it's
that.
It's always the same. Like, I read that every single time.
With an asylum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you can imagine the treatment that they're getting, or if somebody is really going that insane because of the non-stimulation and treatment, and they're sitting there just screaming in their beds, and I'm like, I can just, I literally can hear it right now, and it just gives me chills all over.
Oh, yeah, it's scary. It's scary. Yeah. So they also report knocks on the walls and doors.
Oh, I would totally knock and do a beat and see if they would respond.
Yeah, like a knock is just like a cheeky hello from the spirits, I think. It's just like a, hi, I'm here.
Yep, making my presence known.
Yes, I don't mind that at all.
Or it's just a clumsy ass spirit. I'd be that. I'd be like knocking myself into everything. Like you hear me hit my ring on like my knuckles on the table all the time.
I'm the same
That would
way.
be me in spirit realm. I'd be like, fuck, isn't this supposed to change when you're a ghost?
I walk into shit and stubbing my toe. I'm just fucking...
Do you know how damaged my shoulder it probably is from door frames? Why don't I see doors? It's like, is my depth perception that awful? Or am I literally tilting all the time? I'm running into door frames constantly.
Do you literally want to hear what happened to me today? I was going into the bathroom and I was opening the door, and for some reason I went to close it and I literally
close right.
Yep, right in my face, glasses pushed up. I'm like, ow.
I've literally tried to open a door and didn't realize my face was that close and
like,
smacked myself in the... I'm like, dude.
We're not stupid, we're just clumsy.
Dude.
Our equilibrium's a little off.
I
Okay?
know. No wonder why my glasses... As an adult, my glasses aren't as well taken care of as I was when I was younger. I feel like when I was younger, I was not as clumsy as I am now. I'm just like a big lummox now.
Oh, yeah. Mine, I'll just knock them all over the place. They'll fall off the desk. It's like, And yes, I know I should keep them in a case, but I'm lazy. I have my nightstand, and I just fold them up, and I put them right on there.
Yeah.
Oh, my glasses aren't cheap. Anyway, yeah. So, as with other haunted places, temperature drops are fairly common.
Of course.
Visitors say the temperature will randomly drop to freezing even in the middle of summer.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, all the activity is not giggles and cold chills. Some visitors reported being pushed down by an invisible force.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
They're touching you and being forceful. Yeah.
And being forceful.
Them ghosts is getting forceful. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Others reported seeing full-bodied apparitions, which chased them completely out of the building.
Okay, I was gonna say I love the full body apparition to get that evidence. If you see it chasing you, are you kidding me?
Dude, I don't know. So I wonder if it's like out of the corner of the eye, and then you like hear like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, you mean like when we got chased down the stairs?
I literally, in my notes, kind of like when we did our snoop at the gym, and we heard those insane footsteps when we moved to the locker room, dude.
The best part was watching. I know, my legs. Like, the best part of that whole part was like, yeah, we heard it, and we heard it recorded on everything, but when we collaborated the fucking...
Every single piece of equipment.
Well, the video of us just seriously walking so slow, and you hear where somebody's running behind us, and I'm like, that's the best part. I'm like, see, this proves nobody's fucking running. Nobody, except whoever that is. Like,
exactly. So
fangirling our own evidence right now, guys. Sorry, it was an incredible
story,
thing.
But you know, that's what I pictured. I was like, oh my god, how scary. Yeah, guys, if you need your paranormal fix after this, go watch the Paranormal Snoop on the More Than Murder YouTube page.
Yes, the first half is going to be interviewing the owner and the history of the building, and then the second half is all Snoop stuff, and we get some great shit. Pay attention to herbs, orbs, and sounds, and just all that. Yeah,
tons of sounds. The voice that we heard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, looking at people. It's so creepy. Oh. Yeah, so go watch it. Leave it a like. Give it a subscribe. Share it. Tell your friends. You know, do that stuff.
Share it to it.
Ugh. And I'm itching to get back.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's
like
we gotta find a Snoop. We gotta find a Snoop.
I know.
We gotta work on that.
Please, somebody, if you have any suggestions or you work somewhere and
localish.
Yeah, get us
localish.
We're gonna try, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so another area.
Freaking apparitions. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so pent up. I just want to go. Anyway, so another area which is regarded as highly active is the cemetery, of course. Yeah, would not be an asylum or a poor farm without a motherfucking cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there, I guess, is a wooded trail you can take, which, like, leads back to the cemetery. You have to, like, walk out into the woods and then kind of over a gull, and then, bam, there's just this meadow and a cemetery. Super creepy. Of course, the graves are only marked by numbers.
Oh, come on,
yeah, simple plaque with a number. Those pictures will also be on the blog.
They'll forever be just a number. That's so fucked up, dude.
Well, we'll get into it. So there are around 900-ish burials there.
Wow.
Many graves are children-sized. Which maybe the plaques are... I don't know if they're just looking from plaque to plaque, and that's how they're looking at it in their mind. Maybe plaques are overlaying. We don't know. They just... In my research, it said that a lot of them were children's size. So, yeah, it's sad. They do have, like, a stone out front now. I guess, according to Atlas Obscura. Love
Atlas Obscura. Mm-hmm. If I could even say it right now.
I almost couldn't.
I said Obscura.
Obscura. So, according to them, there's a large plaque which was placed in 2007. It includes the names of those believed to be buried in the cemetery with an inscription stating, "Fuck those who shall not be forgotten."
Aww.
Yeah, that picture is also included in there. So they try, and that's the thing, is a lot of people that we've covered these, and, you know, people have gotten headstones, and they've tried to make a ledger based off death records, and, you know, they try, but that work is really hard. That's fine. Because you don't know if the records are kept well, if you'll even find them. It's just really hard. So they did try. I bet the atmosphere just changes when you step onto it. Just
I'm sure.
A sadness, you know? Especially with someone with, like, a spiritual sensitivity. They probably walk on there and it's just probably bam. Just awful. I couldn't find reasons of why the people died or what happened, but... Probably illness and disease running rampant through the fucking dirty halls.
Probably.
Maybe murders and fights. They were abused. The list fucking goes on.
Well, when you're stuffed all together like that and you got criminally insane people, you have all these other things going on. There's going to be stuff like that.
And without stimulation, in that documentary, they talked about how grown men in the men's ward would get into a fight over a piece of paper. Because it was just...
That's the only thing they had.
They had nothing else to fucking do. You know, they were either in straitjackets or just sitting there, and
it's like you get six children together and they only have one toy to play with. Well,
Yeah, they had none.
They're going to fight over it.
You know?
Except a piece of paper.
Awful. Anyway. Yeah. So they obviously couldn't come up with, name and where exactly people are buried, but there is a rough, knowledge. Apparently in the cemetery, they hear disembodied voices and they see shadow figures lurking around the markers.
Wow.
Like popping out of the grave, just kind of walking around.
That's incredible.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Needs to go.
I know.
God,
So
I'm itching so bad.
It's so fucking bad. I need to go. So if you want to delve into this further, the Ghost Adventures crew did, of course, do an episode. And it's like season 5, episode 10. I know it's in season 5, but their episodes are weird on certain things. So, yeah, go watch that. That was like my first... What the fuck is Letchworth Island? And thinking that it's like, oh my god, Zach Bagans was like 20 minutes at me!
Letchworth Island. You said Letchworth Island?
Got Alcatraz on the brain.
I know. What is Letchworth Island? And I'm like, I don't know, what is Letchworth Island?
What is Letchworth Island?
I got you, girl.
What is
LetchworthVillage?
Yes. God, I got Alcatraz on the brain. I can't do this anymore. I quit. Just kidding. No, I don't. So, yes, if you want to watch that, go watch it. I haven't seen it in motherfucking years.
Yeah.
My Discovery Plus is not free anymore, so I'm not paying for it. So I'm never going to watch it again. Well,
I'm never going to watch it again.
It's on Discovery Plus.
I know.
Not the Travel Channel.
If we get a show on Discovery Plus, hopefully they'll give us a free subscription.
I mean...
Hey, Discovery Plus.
If I'm getting a show on Discovery Plus, I'll have the money to pay for Discovery Plus. Yeah. I probably could now. It's just like, no. I don't want to. So, according to my research, you can walk on designated pathways around the village. It hasn't been developed. They haven't really done much other than, like, there's a golf course and then there's, like, walking paths. Yeah, like, people play golf next to this creepy-ass motherfucker.
Oh, next to it. It's not on the property.
It's not on... It's
okay. I was going to say,
the property was, like, 2,000.
Yeah.
So, a lot of those buildings have probably been consolidated and made, like, condos and, like, stupid shit and housing units.
So you think they sold off some of the land?
And
probably.
There's
no reason to have 2,000
with
just
130 buildings. I'm pretty positive there aren't 130 buildings there anymore.
But you can't go inside, I'm guessing.
So no, if you go inside the buildings, you are considered trespassing, and they do have patrols that are daily.
Of course.
Daily there. I mean, just So,
Flash a titty.
No, they go through the correct...
It would be the correct... They would say, the officer would say, hey, now you can go inside.
We would just have to go through the right channel. Because they let blogs and shit up in there. Not flashing a titty. Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
guys. I'm just kidding.
No, because... How did these pictures get taken? Obviously, people are being granted access. I don't think it's as hard as, like, some of the other places where it's, like, a paranormal lockdown.
Yeah.
I think people are like, can I just go through the buildings? There's probably a channel that we can call. I mean, I looked it up. It's, like, 4 hours away from here. And I did tell Sean that I'm taking a day trip.
I mean, I was planning on spending some of my anniversary in the Catskills, which is very close to New York City.
Yeah, you and Lucy drive over, because I'm going, yeah. Sean and I already, like, he's like, yeah, let's go.
Well, I'm saying we could just go at the same time.
We could.
Because I don't want to go there without you. That's not as fun.
I know,
Seriously.
we might not be able to go in the building.
Our men don't feel the same way about it as we do.
I can't go in the building.
But that's not even until August, so literally we would have time to possibly find the channel.
Sean is. Like, we went to Eastern State.
Well, I know,
he is very into that stuff, but...
I feel like not as much as we are. Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's not, like...
He's into it, but he's not, like into it. Come on. We'd be seriously investigating.
But, yeah, maybe because, I'm going either way if I can go in the buildings or not. I'm still going to walk around the property. I'm going to go to the cemetery. I'm going to take pictures. Like, I don't even care. Because I know that the buildings are kind of falling apart. There's one where the roof is just caved in. It's not a safe place to be, but we might be able to find the channels and be like, hey,
yeah, I'm
we have a
willing to check it
podcast
out.
and blog,
Yeah.
and we come visit, we'll take pictures, you know.
Take a picture of the first post, the no trespassing sign on the building.
Well, I'm talking about it right here.
Yeah.
Yes, if you visit, please follow the signs. There's patrol in the area. They do ticket all the time. Do not be a nong and ruin it for other people. Obey the damn signs.
Just let us know if they accept you if you flash a titty.
Don't flash a titty.
Well, what if you flash 2 titties?
You're going to get that woman cop who's going to be compensating for shit, and she's going to be like, are you fucking joking me? Handcuffs, you're going in now.
You don't like my titty?
She'd be like, how the fuck dare? I am a woman cop, bitch.
Well, I wouldn't flash the woman cop, my titty. Unless you...
Well, you want to flash? I mean, what do you want?
Unless she showed that she, was interested in seeing the titty.
Well, then what are you going to do when it's a woman cop?
She might be like, I just ask politely, and if she says no, then I walk away.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know who. I think the state still kind of owns it, or like that local government area, so I'm not sure who you'd reach out to. It's not privately owned. So, yeah. Maybe there's a website. I didn't find one.
Yeah, I'll have to see
it. But, yeah. That is LetchworthVillage.
Oh, cool. I love it. I love the story. I really want to check that property out.
I know. I guess a lot of people, like, dog walkers go there to, like, walk their dogs and have a morning walk. And I'm like, that'd be my place.
No, I know.
That would fucking be my place.
I know. I say this stuff all the time. We have nothing cool around us like that. Nothing cool around us to walk around like that. Like, even the asylum in Buffalo. People just... sit down and have a picnic. They play football in there. When we walked by it the other time, like a couple weekends ago, there was people everywhere. People studying by the trees and like
even like Highland Park, like just a beautiful park like that. Mm-hmm. We don't have. We have to drive, and then it's like, okay, I'm not driving, and then taking a leisurely stroll. You know what I mean? Like it would be one of those things where you wake up in the morning and you're taking your leisurely stroll, and it's something that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I'm going to hike at those places, but I'm not. Yeah. Just like, oh, my morning, I'm driving over to blah 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 blah. I take my morning walk. No.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
It stinks. So you walk around the same town and the same streets and see the same houses and the same people and the same blah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I walk on the treadmill with my phone while I watch shows.
I do enjoy my walks still. I like going outdoors, Well,
luckily I have the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
So I can use those, but...
yeah.
In the winter, I can't use those.
I know.
And I'm not that person. I see people who are running in the winter, and I'm like, I'm not that person.
My lungs would freeze shut.
I'm cold already in that house.
My ears hurt with too much cold in there. My throat hurts.
Nose hairs get frozen.
I don't like it.
It's awful.
Yeah, no. I'm not running in the winter.
No! People are always like, in my fitness group, they were like, what kind of shoes do you guys wear? What do you like?
A snow fucking shoe, apparently.
I'm like, what the fuck? And ice. I can't even walk on
I know, you have an issue every winter. Except for this past winter. I don't think you slipped once down your stairs this winter.
It's been a couple winters.
Okay.
At this house, I haven't done it. But at that other house, the stairs were built really bad. And I fucking hurt myself.
Jenna holds on to dear life in the wintertime with her railings.
I do. I'm so scared. Because I'm just like, I'm going to go down and I'm going to hurt myself.
See, we told you we were clumsy.
And it's so bad. It's so... Maybe because now I have proper motherfucking winter shoes.
Yeah, maybe.
I was just wearing, like, non-slip motherfucking shoes. And it's like, yeah, those are not winter shoes.
I'd literally be the person trying to jog in my whole freaking snow outfit and, like, my big-ass warm parka. Not being able to go very far because it's too heavy and I'm tired by the time I go half a mile.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you do warm your body up anyway if you're moving.
Oh, yeah, you do.
So you're not going to be as cold.
It's just the throat and the lungs and the breathing in the cold air. I don't like it.
No.
We used to have to run the mile in the fall and it was closer towards winter rather than closer towards summer.
We don't want to be too hot. Fuck you.
Dude, my freaking lungs were burning, and even in high school, like, they were just on fire by the end because it's like too cold.
When the fuck you had gym class. Ooh, you got that shit second period? It's 9 a.m.
And it's even freezing.
Foggier and fucking still dewy.
That's always when I had my gym classes in the morning.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And then you gotta have, like, wet fucking hair.
Oh, God, yeah. From the pool.
Yeah. I remember, I think I had it later in the year and I walked home. and it was a swimming year, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
You know I walked home in fucking jeans and a hoodie most times, even in the fucking winter. Think I had proper clothing? Anyway, yeah, so we will have to go visit, and yeah, so this went off the motherfucking rails. Obviously, we'll be back with you talking about fucking flashing cops' titties. Fucking, what the fuck?
Hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the randomness. That's how I just am.
What did we start it off with talking about?
Oh, jeez, I'm not sure.
I don't even know anymore. I was like, this is going to be a short episode, short and sweet. It's going to be great.
46 minutes.
Alright, still not too bad because we've been going over like hour and a half. It's like, I gotta give them a short nugget.
It's short comparatively.
Short. Okay, obviously, we'll be back at you next week with another new episode. We know it's your favorite day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But until then, make sure to go over to the socials and give us a follow. Find us on Facebook at
More Than Murder.
Find us on Twitter at
More Than _Murder.
And find us on Insta at
More Than Murder Pod.
I'm just playing drums on the motherfucking table today. We're professional.
Oh yeah, we certainly are.
Okay, anyway, we also have a YouTube page. Go subscribe, hit the bell, search for More Than Murder, and watch our first Paranormal Snoop.
Yes, leave comments and reviews.
Yes.
Likes
and comments. Let us know what you think about your debt.
The easiest thing you can do to help a small business or a small podcast people is just share.
Sharing is caring.
Yes, it is.
Remember from your past when you didn't want to share your fucking Barbies that you just got with your friend. No, it's my Barbie. I want to play with it first. Anyway, for all the pictures from this episode and past episodes, go over to the website and blog at www.morethanmurderpod.com. Lastly, yes, I promise we're almost done. If you would like to reach out to your favorite ladies, just say hi or tell us some spooky places you've been to. Email us at the Gmail, morethanmurderpod@gmail.com.
Yay!
I'm still not done. Also leave us reviews. Apple reviews are really helpful, guys. They let people know about the show. If we get some more, good reviews, people might be inclined to hit the subscribe button and give it a listen. So please, please, please review.
Yes.
Share. Subscribe. Anyway, catch my breath. We are out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Yay! Thanks for listening.
Yes, we effing love you.
Love you.
Ride or die.
Bye.